up your textbooks to page 361 under Zwingli and the Swiss Reformation. Switzerland was a loose confederacy of 13 autonomous cantons.
Lauren, what are you doing? No one cares about that. Let's try this again. Hey! Welcome to our topic of Zwingli
and Switzerland, home of the chocolate.
Lauren, did you know that Switzerland was a loose confederacy of 13 different states?
I didn't.
Did you also know that they were divided into Protestant, Catholic, and some even compromised? Speaking of Switzerland, did you know there was a Swiss Reformation?
Yes, I did, because looking off your notes right here, there's actually two preconditions for the Swiss Reformation. The first one was that Switzerland provided mercenaries for Europe's warring nations, because, you know, up in Switzerland, they a big deal.
They were.
And the second one is that they had to provide some church reform, because why?
Nobody's ever happy. And according to my notes, did you know that
Ulrich Zwingli
was the leader of the Swiss Reformation?
I didn't. Interesting.
Ulrich Zwingli
He was born on the 1st of January in 1484 to a family of farmers. Later on, he would be humanistically educated at the University of Vienna and the University of Basel. Your turn.
He also served with the Swiss missionaries in important battles in Italy in 1515. There he became a critic of the mercenary service.
Later on in 1519, he became a pastor where he would begin to reform the Catholic Church. Welcome to our late night session of Zwingli and Switzerland. Sorry for the change in setting. That fluorescent lighting was just doing us dirty.
Picking up where we left off,
Ulrich Zwingli
was widely known for his oppositions to the sale of indulgences and to religious superstition.
And a year later, he entered the competition to be named the People's Priest of Zurich. And his candidacy was later contested because he had an affair with his barber's daughter. So, watch your daughters.
And watch who cuts your hair.
However, he still was able to get the position, and his first act as the People's Priest was to encourage all the clergymen to marry quickly, and this became accepted in all the Protestant lands. He became known as the engineer of the Swiss Reformation, given his new title and the newcomer power.
Ulrich Zwingli
The reform guide was very simple and very effective. Whatever lacked zero score in scripture was neither believed nor practiced.
This reform guide raised questions about honored traditional teachings and practices. These practices consisted of fasting, the worship of saints, pilgrimages, purgatory, clerical celibacy, and certain sacraments.
Zurich became the center of the Swiss Reformation.
I'm the center. The new regime imposed a harsh discipline that made the city of Zurich one of the first examples of pure sorry.
We all get those days.
Puritanical Protestantism.
Close enough.
Oh, yes. The Marburg Colloquy sought to unite Swiss and German Protestants in a mutual defense pact, and this pact could be potentially significant politically. The plans for the pact, however, were destroyed by theological disagreements between Luther, the German, and Zwingli, the Swiss, over nature of Christ's presence in the Eucharist. This colloquy, by the way, was mediated by Landgrave, which is basically Duke Landgrave Philip of Hesse.
Zwingli maintained a symbolic interpretation of Christ's words. He said, "This is my body," but it should only be interpreted spiritually and not bodily in bread and wine. Clink, clink.
Luther, on the other hand, insisted Christ's human nature can share properties of divine nature. So he believed in bodily and spiritually. In October of 1529 is when the attempted agreement, actually went down. Philip of Hesse brought them together in his castle in Marburg. Luther and Zwingli, however, were unable to work out their differences, and Luther believed Zwingli to be a dangerous fanatic.
Cooperation didn't completely cease, but the disagreement negatively affected the Protestant movement theologically and politically. And in our last segment of the night of Zwingli and Switzerland, Swiss civil wars. It's okay, Lauren. Are you good to go on?
Swiss.
I got it from you.
Okay.
Swiss states were divided between Protestant and Catholics, like mentioned in the beginning, and there were two major battles. The first one ended in Protestant victory, and we got that dub.
Shout out to my Protestants.
It forced Catholic states to break foreign alliances and recognize rights as Swiss Protestants.
The second battle
Ulrich Zwingli.
was found wounded on the battlefield. In the end, he was unceremoniously executed, and his remains were scattered to the winds.
Horrible people.
No respect from a man. This was done so his followers would have no relics or remains to console or inspire them. However, the subsequent treaty confirmed that any state from now on could have the right to create or to determine its own religion. So basically, Ulrich died for nothing. However, happy ending, because Henry Bullinger, who was Zwingli's prodigy, would go on to be the leader of the Swiss Reformation and guided the development to become an established religion.
And fun fact, he married Zwingli's daughter. Any guesses of her name?
Regula?
Yes, she's right.
Oh, first try, man, oh man.
So I think we'd like to end off the night with a picture of the one and only
Ulrich Zwingli.
Wow, Lauren, what a looker.
And that nose bigger than Switzerland.
If you have any questions, please do not contact us.
We probably, most definitely, won't know the answer.
So just look it up. It's your safest bet.
On the internet.
That's
Thank
what it's
you.
for, so
Thank you.
thank you.
Zwingli!